Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mod Pod with Fukunaga,
a podcast that celebrates the strength and pulse of the luxury market. And now, here's your host, Vanessa Fukunaga.
And today's special guest star, you're used to being introduced to the entire universe, and actually you're used to being the host usually. Used to be the host.
Asking the question.
All right, fine. You will today. I'm going to ask some questions. Jacobo Turquie. It's almost weird to have notes. I should probably just get rid of them. Let's just do that because we know each other so well. You're a minority shareholder in Engel and Völkers real estate, but that's what you do today. We're going to start from the very beginning, but it feels like we need to have a little bebida to start.
Tengo la boca seca.
Okay, exacto. Francisco, ¿qué tienes? Gracias. And as you see, we're right here in La Botica, sponsored by La Botica en Las Ventanas. Francisco, ¿qué tienes?
For you is a special cocktail with vodka, angostura bitters, liquor 43,
okay,
and tonic. Nice. And for you, the gin sonic.
Gin sonic.
The special for you.
Gracias. This is why we're sponsored by a transportation company. Here we go. Salud.
Salud.
Salud. Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Have you been to La Botica millions of times?
I have been twice already.
Really?
Love it.
I love this place.
Yeah. And actually, I know Rosalia probably since late 90s.
Oh, my gosh. So
it's been a while.
How long have you actually been in Cabo?
97. So 25, turning 26 now.
Oh, well, you can remember that because that is when Snell Real Estate was founded.
Correct. And Las Ventanas was.
And Las Ventanas was open. Oh, my gosh.
Which takes me back to how I got into Cabo. By the original owner and developer of Las Ventanas. He had two restaurants outside of the resort. And that's how I got invited into coming to Cabo, operate the restaurants.
You operated the restaurants here?
Outside of Las Ventanas, but he owned those restaurants. One was Margarita Villa, right in the marina, next to the Nowhere Bar. Place. Incredible place.
Are you doing a promo for the Nowhere Bar?
Well, great friend of mine.
Are we sponsored by the Nowhere Bar?
Great friend of mine. So. But also the other one was a beach club called La Concha. Okay. It was an amazing place right next to the Hilton Resort, and it was just magical place. It was in the middle, in between both of the towns, and back then we used to do probably a 25-minute drive between one place and the other. So it was a great trip.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so then I don't even want to start from the beginning. So, but you're born in Acapulco.
I was born in Acapulco, 1971. Yeah.
Oh my God, I would never say my year.
Why not?
Okay.
I'm proud of my year.
Good.
My age.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to sit back and listen.
So.
Go ahead.
Acapulco, and moved to Guadalajara a couple of years, studied tourism.
You had your whole family is in Acapulco.
Whole family is in Acapulco. Well, a few have moved around, but yeah, pretty much that's hometown for us.
And you have sisters?
A sister and a brother, yes. Both of them live outside, one in Mexico City, the other one in Dallas, Houston.
Ridiculously gorgeous, the entire family.
All the cousins and everybody.
All the cousins and everybody, you can always tell. Do you remember when I didn't know them? And we were it was my event for Ocean Blue.
Mexico City.
Mexico City. There were these two tall, gorgeous ladies. And I just went up to them and I said, I have to just say, oh my God, you're gorgeous. And they introduced themselves and they said that they were related to you. And I just went, of course, this is how it usually is, the model family.
No, yeah, love all my family. But yes, so I moved to Guadalajara first for a couple of years.
Why?
I studied business administration and tourism, and then 2 years in New York, upstate New York, to become a chef. So,
but how did you even get interested in the culinary arts?
Well,
I don't really understand why people like to cook.
Here's the thing. Back home, number one, I love to eat, but back home, the home of my family, used to be like the venue or the center for all the events for the family. Aww. So we used to host everybody in there. So, my mom, my aunt, my grandma, they all cook, even some of my uncles. And that's how it got me into it. I really was always curious about, cooking and all. And but I love to eat. That's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in Guadalajara, one of the times that I visited family back in Acapulco, another family from New York was visiting them, and we were talking about how was it going in Guadalajara and if I liked the career. And Joanne Sotres, lovely lady, she's the one who told me, hey, you're always focusing on food. You're always in the kitchen. You're always hosting us. Mm-hmm. We have a really good friend in the board at the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, which is the best culinary school.
Oh, not the CIA that we know. Okay.
Not the CIA that you know.
Uh-huh.
And that is up in Upper State New York, in Hyde Park, New York, right on the Hudson River. Beautiful place. And she kind of convinced me, and I apply, and 6 months later, I moved into New York. So New York was an incredible experience for me, and it opened up a lot of what I really want to focus on, with my career and with my life. And again, going back and forth to the city, one of the best cities in the world for me was back then the best city in the world.
How long were you there?
2 years. 2 years.
Did you live in?
I live outside of New York, which was Hyde Park, New York, which is about an hour and 30 minutes on a train ride. But it took me back from one place to the other in an hour and 25 minutes, Grand Central, and then I just walked 4 blocks to the condo of my friends. And I was there for the weekend, and I loved the city, up and down, everywhere. I walked around the entire city. I got to see great places, meet a lot of great people. And then after graduating in 94, I moved to Houston, Texas, and I became a maitre in one of the very famous
Houston?
Restaurants. Again, 94, end of 94, actually a week after I graduated, there was a crash, a peso crash. And I remember another family, friends of my family were in Acapulco, and there's the ones who told me, what are you going to do now that you graduate? Mm-hmm. Why don't you come with us to Houston? We have great friends, connections everywhere, and you're more than welcome to stay with us. And off you go. So I did flew with them in a private jet, and I was driving a little baby Benz to ask for work.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, as I'm changing my own tires growing up. Go ahead.
It was great. It was another great experience.
Uh-huh.
And so Houston, Texas, but here's the thing. I was not really working in the kitchen. I was outside. I was actually in front of the house. Mm-hmm. And that got me also another sense of the whole culinary world, which is the PR, which is networking. Mm-hmm. That's where it got me now.
Service.
So, service. It's all about service. And I got to meet a lot of great people, CEO of big companies. And it was just great. I love that hospitality side of the culinary world, not just cooking. So then moved back to Acapulco just for a few months, helped another very popular place in Acapulco called Spicy. It was incredible, huge terrace overlooking the entire bay. And again, very popular with a lot of celebrities coming down, a lot of politicians.
Like who?
And I was a chef.
Name a name, drop a name.
Luis Miguel.
Oh, just Luis Miguel. Hold on.
Everybody. It was a very popular place. So
okay.
Loved it. And once I was there, I got an invitation to go to Kingston, Jamaica to open a hotel.
This is a very strange...
It is, and I travel all over the place.
Yeah.
But that's part of being a chef also, or a hotelier. You do travel a lot, you get invites here and there, you move a lot. So I got invited and moved to Kingston, Jamaica, which is a complete different world. Uh-huh. And I was young still, and a great opportunity to really get all the fundamentals that I learned in school. Start from zero. You're opening a hotel, you're designing a kitchen, you're hiring everybody, you're training everybody, you're doing food and costs, you're building a menu, everything.
Oh my gosh.
So I got to do that for almost a year. Uh-huh. And then after a year, I moved as a food and beverage manager. So again, I'm out of the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Great experience as well. Different world. And that was it. My cousin called me up and say, hey, I'm in Cabo. Come join me. I want to give you an offer.
That's what happened.
And you need to help me with these 2 restaurants that the owner of Las Ventanas, the original of Las Ventanas, had in Los Cabos. So
yes, because now it's Ty Warner.
Right. And back then, it's like, where's Los Cabos? Well, I was in the tip of the Baja. In Mexico, Cabo was like away. It was too far away. There were barely any connection. It was too...
Before.
Way before. I'm talking about, 80s and 90s.
100 years ago when Jacobo was born. Uh-huh.
So I moved here, and he was like, whoa, what is this, right? But I remember having a staff in one of the restaurants, a popular restaurant. I had about 24 people working in the kitchen. That was a high-volume restaurant. We used to do 1,000 covers a day.
Wow.
This was a restaurant open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day, except January 1st was only open for dinners. Every other day.
Christmas?
Open.
Wow.
So it was amazing.
The restaurant world is very, very, very difficult.
It is, and that's something that actually got me into, since I was in school, about holidays, about birthdays, about whatever.
What do you
It's
mean?
another day
Okay.
for that type of world,
Uh-huh.
Most of the holidays is actually when you're busy.
The busiest, exactly. When other people are on
When other
vacation
people are
or
on vacation.
celebrating, you're working.
And so it's now in our world, in real estate.
It is
doesn't
in
matter
real
if it's
estate.
Sunday, it doesn't matter if it's whatever day of the week, if it's a holiday, if it's vacation, you're always working. You're always answering emails, answering phone calls, touring, whatever. So, yeah. So that's how I got into Cabo in 97. And I've seen a lot of changes you can imagine. So from giving you how to get to a place in Cabo San Lucas was, once you get to the stoplight, turn right or left or keep going straight until you find this other place. That was the directions you get back then. So a lot of things have changed now.
And so you did that for a couple of years?
I did that for at least 4 years. And then I became independent. I did some consulting for restaurants and little boutique hotels like Casa Natalia and a few others. And then I had the opportunity to open my own place, La Panga.
I know.
So that was La Panga Antigua, great friend of mine and partner, Casiano Reyes, the chef. And he was doing, everybody knows Casiano. And he worked in this hotel as well.
He did?
Originally, he was one of the guys who opened. So great chef, great friend, and we had La Panga as our entrepreneur business back then in 2001, a week before 9/11. So you can imagine 9/11, huge impact in a destination like Cabo, because all the group business immediately stopped, and actually just regular travel stopped for a while. So it was tough in the first few months, and then little by little we'd catch up. And I had the restaurant for 12 years, and it was another great experience.
Everybody knew La Panga.
Everybody knew La Panga, and it was, for me,
San Jose.
That was my baby. It was a great place, San Jose.
Describe it. It's so gorgeous. Don't be humble. It was beautiful.
No. We opened actually in downtown, right next to the church on the main street.
Yeah.
In a beautiful 180-year-old house with little courtyards and little rooms, and it was just beautiful place. And
it's magical.
Back then I remember I was the first guy in a restaurant to have like Raydell glassware and Billet and Bock china and silver.
It's because you were flying private very young and driving your Benz.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me salute to that.
Salud. I love that. So. During the time that I had the restaurant, I had an opportunity. A close friend of mine was a Secretary of Tourism for the state, and he was running for mayor or for something else.
He was running for the mayor. Wow.
Originally, he was running for mayor. Then he ended up as Diputado Estatal, congressman, and we were talking actually in a golf tournament. We met before, but we were talking in a golf tournament. We were partners in the golf cart. And he knew a little bit about me. He knew that I was, involved in the Cataract, which is the restaurant chamber, for Los Cabos.
Don't pass by that. These are really, really important things. You're being very humble. Say it again. The fact that you arrive here, that you've been doing all these, the Culinary Institute, that you've traveled the world, you've been invited around the world, not everybody also gets involved with Cataract. This is a major level.
Oh, it was. The restaurant chamber was huge, and that actually was, I believe, a platform for me to get that invitation to serve as Secretary of Tourism first. And I did serve the last year of the administration at that time.
How does that work? You get invited? Do you have to be voted in?
You get invited by someone who is in, such as the ex-Secretary of Tourism.
Okay.
But the governor is the one who actually assigns you.
Okay. Wow.
And back then, since it was the last year of his administration, he said, okay, seems to be a good guy and qualify and bilingual, whatever, and everybody knows him. So, I've been here for a while.
Cabo is the unofficial and probably the official. I can't really say mayor of Cabo because there really is a mayor, but he's like the ambassador, literally everything for Cabo.
I've been lucky enough to be involved in every single event. Socially, I was really active back then. Now it's a little bit, you get a little bit tired of all that. You get a little bit tired of all the same old invitations and seeing everybody. But now you get a bit more selective.
Yeah.
So the Secretary of Tourism for 1 year.
What does that mean? I mean, it's not a small thing. Tell everybody what that really means. It's a very profound
more than anything,
assignment.
It was a great time because Cabo was really starting to boom. We had cruise ships. We had over 480 cruise ships in 1 year in a season. But I remember back then, I did look for some major event or major thing to bring to Cabo, and I can say that I brought Ironman to Cabo.
You did?
I did because, the mother of my children, she's Canadian, and we used to travel to Penticton, a little town in the Okanagan Valley, and we used to witness and see the Ironman back then, and I
thought you were going to say, we used to train for the Ironman.
No, I wish. But no, it was great to see the entire town really turn into
pull together. Yeah.
And see the dance and everything. So I said, that's a great thing to do. So I did look, and only Cozumel had the Ironman for a few years. So we did a little research. We contacted the organizers. They invited me over to Cozumel.
Wow.
And I'm proud to say that I did the Ironman in Cozumel. In a bike, but it was tiring. I had lunch, I had this and that. I was pampered.
But you still did it to do anything.
It was great. And I did say, let's bring it to Cabo. And it was, I believe that was one of the events that really, we had the business for, over 35 years.
Very important.
It is very important. But the thing is that with the Ironman is we exposed Los Cabos and we put Los Cabos in the map.
I remember. We were sponsors.
Yeah.
Do you remember we were sponsors? Yeah. We had T-shirts and everything, and I think we were at the position of the swimming at the beach.
Do you remember the launch of the event was at Cove, Palmilla Cove?
Yes.
So that was a platform.
Yes, that's where we were.
And that was the first.
I did not know that you brought that.
So I did brought that, and that was a great event. But back then, because the year that I proposed it was 2011. So at the end of 2011, I left the office because there was a change of administration. But then I got invited back as a director of tourism for Los Cabos, as a local director of tourism for Los Cabos.
Again, major.
It was major, and here's the other thing. Why?
That's how we met, but keep going.
Exactly. Before I finished the Secretary of Tourism time in office, in one of the Tianguis Turísticos, which is the tourism trade, the trade shows, back then it was Calderon, the president, who we were hosting the G20, and he wanted Cancun to host the G20. The back then Secretary of Tourism, federal-wise, told me, hey, what about Cabo?
Oh my God, that's the beginning of my life here.
And I said, we can do it. Let's pull, the Hotel Association, let's bring the tourism board, blah, blah, blah. And we sat. And we said, let's do it. The only thing is we didn't have a convention center.
Exactly.
We had everything else.
Exactly.
So it was a matter of convincing the president of Mexico to bring the event to Cabo. And I was there and we were there. So once I finished the administration, I got invited back as a director of tourism for Los Cabos because we were hosting the G20 that year.
Oh my
So gosh. I was back in. This is something very few people know, but I turned that phone call twice from the mayor of Cabo. And until the third time, he's like, I need you. You got to come here. And I remember taking off casually in like sandals and shorts, and I did because I was there around the corner, and we did. So anyway.
I say our clients are on vacation, but we are not. Oh my gosh. Not. And then what happened?
And then, I went back, and of course I still had my restaurant, so I was trying to be in the restaurant as well and serving as director of tourism. But more than anything was focusing on the G20. So I was one of the guys who really was holding the hands from the people from Mexico City, showing and opening doors everywhere. So it was another great experience.
It's not a great experience, Jacobo.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so major. It really was a major turning point. You remember when and we didn't know each other then, but shortly after, it was, you were the director of tourism. I thought I have to have him in one of my sales meetings. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because we wanted to grow and how we want to be connected with the tourism. I wanted to do something. How can I help promote tourism? So we invited you to speak.
Correct. And we did talk back then about what was going to happen during the G20. Yes. And all the homeowners needed to know about what was going to happen.
Exactly. And we were going to be the connection. I was going to be the connection.
Correct.
Oh, so my gosh.
That was 2000. I believe that was probably around summertime 2012. Mm-hmm.
And then I remember all the talk about like all of the dignitaries from around the world, where they were staying, how they were protected, blah, blah, blah. And they were.
They were. Yeah.
And they were. That's the thing. Yeah. It's a very...
But itself, it really served Cabo to host a G20 to bring in more infrastructure. Besides putting us more in the map, and we were in the news and everything, and showing really what beautiful Cabo was.
Yeah.
Infrastructure-wise, it helped a lot. There was a lot of investment, federal funds came in to do the broadband internet, to expand the roads, the highway, the bypass. I mean, you name it, the airport. There was a lot of money came into Cabo, and I believe that was also another big turning point for us.
Oh my gosh!
See?
Salud for that. Oh my gosh!
So
I knew, but I didn't really know. And I think the world should know how, like, the major role, honestly, that you've played in helping grow Los Cabos. Did you do it? What was your passion to do that? Why the idea? Did you just want to grow tourism? Because to be honest, some people can take a role and not really grow. They can let the days pass. But these are really creative, active initiatives that take a lot of time, a lot of effort, but a lot of passion for the destination.
I think it goes back to my childhood, and I think it goes back to being focused on hospitality, serving and helping my family host people in our home. Mm-hmm. My grandmother had a small, very traditional folkloric hotel in downtown Acapulco. So I think that goes in our blood. And that's the way we do, and it's about hospitality, help, blah, 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 the service. And for me, it was a very natural way to mingle, to be creative about events and about networking.
This was not an event. This was bringing the major principles of all the countries, the G20 from around the world, and how they were going to be hosted, secure, everything. Fed. Oh, my gosh.
So I got Cassiano Reyes again, the chef, into the G20, the convention center. And we were there 5 days, held inside, seeing all the presidents, everybody just walking around the aisles, and we were there.
Oh my gosh.
It was a great experience.
And we have a beautiful convention center.
And it was
like the living wall. And
it was the largest green wall for, in the Americas. And it was just an amazing, the event, the last evening event with the firework display and the show, it was just stunning. And honestly, I was, all the presidents were in a terrace, and I was in another adjacent terrace by myself and a few people. And the Prime Minister of China came in, stood next to me with another guy, watched the firework, and then just left. I'm like, wow.
Oh my gosh!
Like cross around Obama. Cristina Fernandez Kirchner, who was the Argentinian president back then. I mean, a lot of people. It was just amazing. It was a great experience. And that, I remember after that, you and Dieter came to the restaurant. We talked about joining you. I was not convinced. I say, I've never been in sales. I don't want
to but you came to my sales meeting.
No, that was before the G20.
True.
So right after the summit, you guys came to the restaurant. We had dinner together. And Dieter was like, you got to come and join us. I'm like, I don't know how to sell.
But you do.
But I did. Well, again, you guys told me how it is. It's about knowing people. It's about knowing the destination. And it's about the network you have.
It is, but it is about servicing people because it's not just a transaction. You are, and it sounds over dramatic, but you know, when I always say in our sales meetings, you're changing people's lives, but we are.
And you're
my
creating
life
a relationship with
yes, and my life has totally changed from being here.
Correct.
You are creating memories for their friends and their families that will literally live on forever.
I agree.
And so it is, and I would only wish that all of the, I'll say the advisors and the rest of the community, because would have this level of passion, because not everybody has this, you know, in the entertainment industry, it's this it factor. It's not just about servicing and I'll, you know, wash your car, walk your dog. That's not it. It is about actually treating somebody, looking them in the eye and understanding that they're entrusting you with a certain amount of money they want to invest, where you recommend your knowledge, your honesty. You know, I always say it's honesty, integrity, exactly. All of those things matter. And then if somebody's entrusting you with their home, it's a big amount of money to sell.
I agree. And as an advisor or an agent, it's not about, I sold your house, good luck, take care, goodbye.
No.
It's about building that relationship. It's about selling you a destination. It's about selling you a lifestyle. And they see that in you as well. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you drive them around, if you show them, if you tell them what to do, where to go, they do appreciate that. And then you get the referrals. So that's major business building up. And that's how, you know, I guess that's one of the success that I can say. It's about building the relationship and getting the referrals. But
and I'll say it for you because I know you're going to be humble. Okay. It's not even just about, because, you know, I always say I'm better behind the camera. Love spotting stars, but you definitely have it. You had all the connections, but you also they were genuine friends or connections that you would follow up with or play golf with or socialize with. It's a very different location because we are actually living where we work.
Correct. Yeah.
And even if we didn't, it's not a transaction done, goodbye. And it doesn't even matter if we get the next referral, although we always want them. Thank you for your referrals. But it's important that, you know, they are in the house of their dreams.
Correct.
Or that we are giving them the proper recommendations, or that we are working with them with integrity. And I think people see that in you. They really, really do. Obviously, you have a major knowledge of the destination. But if you know, I would say be yourself.
It is about being yourself.
It is about being yourself.
You cannot just put a mask on.
No.
Someone else to sell something.
Be yourself. Just be honest. Be genuine. And if they believe in you and you actually create this credible, true, honest relationship with somebody, then they're going to trust you to, you know, which restaurant to go to, let alone to sell their $40, $50, $10 million home.
And you got invites to go with them somewhere else, and you got invites to go back to their home. I mean, so yes, it's about that. It's about building that relationship, trust, friendship, and they love that.
Don't you feel like I can hear so many pivotal moments, and I can think back even to mine that have truly changed my life. Like you going to Guadalajara, then to New York, then Jamaica. I mean, these are major pivotal moments. Yeah, right. Then just the casual invite, but from a culinary standpoint, to Cabo.
That's the other thing. I mean, it's how you get pulled into somewhere. You get the invites. You're not looking for it. You know, you're not knocking doors or anything like that. I did it only in Houston, and from there on, that was it. It was like invite, come join us, come do that. So they see something in you, and I guess that's part of the nature of being.
And you have to love what you do. Do you like what you do?
Absolutely. I love it.
You only have one answer to this, by the way.
Well, after 10 years, believe me. Yeah, I joined you guys in 2013.
Oh my gosh.
10 years now.
Because you know we signed the papers to buy Snell the beginning of 2012. So you were right after.
And I was right there opening Engel Völkers office.
Do you remember? Oh my gosh.
Doing all my shifts there.
Oh my gosh. No, but you have been honestly like the best, most sincere advocate for the brand, for us personally, for me personally, for Ocean Blue.
I believe in everything. I mean, I think it's just
I'm really
a great company, and And we've been successful in every single way, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Is that recorded? I hope you will.
Say it again.
Exactly. You can say it again. Exactly. I will toast to that.
Salud.
Salud. Oh my gosh. So now, is it 10 years? Did you say?
10 years.
10 years as of when?
As of February 2013.
No. So February this 2023?
Yeah.
What, did we send a gift? Oh my God, did we send a gift?
I have received.
Jacobo, usually what you say is when we're hosting an Ocean Blue event. Do you remember the Ocean Blue event that was on your birthday and you called it your birthday party?
Of course. You did put everything together.
I did do a major birthday party for you, under the guise of Ocean
And
Blue.
it was fun. It was
Wasn't that a
fun.
blast?
Yeah, I love that.
But a lot of, and honestly, like a big piece of the success of Ocean Blue too has really been because of you. He's an international ambassador, we didn't even say, for Ocean Blue.
I love it.
With all of these connections. Plus, these are unique connections for us that get us access to clientele that nobody else would ever have access to.
You know what? People still talk about the event we had in Toluca at the.
Oh my God! At the airport, yes,
That was amazing, an amazing event.
Yes.
I think that really positioned the magazine up there,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've had to be more than that. Now we're a big platform. We have our F1 events, and then we had the Canelo.
Oh, yeah.
No golf, no life event in Mexico City. Oh my gosh, to die. Are you?
There were so many things that I think the brokerage and the magazine have really achieved,
and you.
We're just up there.
And we're just up there.
We're just up there.
Okay, so we've had 10 years. What are we going to do? What do you see personally? Because, I always joke, I don't like to cook and you love to cook. Do you cook every day, by the way?
Well, at least I do a few things every now and then. I do my coffee and maybe a snack.
You can't say you do your coffee after you've owned a restaurant and you've been to the Culinary Institute.
It's not coffee.
What is it?
It's a little bit more than coffee. It's a specialty coffee.
Of course. Here's my eye roll.
No,
okay.
but here's the thing. I mean, I'm a guy who's always into, I'm a foodie, but it's about what do you feel like eating? I always snack. I don't have a good routine or a diet. It's all about what do you feel like right now. Something salty, something sweet, something like that. But I do eat a lot outside of the house, unfortunately. Well,
not unfortunately, but it's fun.
I love it.
Don't you think it's fun to taste other people's?
Sure. And every time I travel, anywhere I go, it's about looking for local places to eat, wherever I goes. And yes, you have to visit here now and then every popular place or fine dining or Star Michelin or whatever. So.
And you travel a lot. Do you like to travel?
I love to travel.
And why do you take the best photos? It's just on your cell phone.
But I think that's something that grew, I believe, here in Cabo, not before. Before, I used to take pictures as everybody, but it was here. It's about, I think, the natural scenery of Cabo.
Yeah, but you can take a sunrise, you can take a sunset, you can take a moon and photograph it differently on your cell phone than anybody else. I don't know how you have the eye. You have a good eye.
Yeah, it's about that. That's something. It's a hobby. I don't carry a professional camera or anything like that. It's your iPhone, but yeah.
But do you use it, and do you feel like because you're very active on social media, that you continue your passion to promote the destination?
You know what I get a lot is, where's that place? I want to go to that place. I want to visit. What else can you? And I get a lot of text messages, WhatsApp, phone calls about what should I do here? I know you were there last week. I know you were there last year. Blah blah blah. Yeah, maybe I should be a little bit of
a what?
What do you call it?
Oh, you're not an influencer.
I should promote.
Sponsored by? Hold on. Sponsored by Mod Pod. Did we just say Mod Pod on the road?
Well, that'll be fun. Yeah, there we go. That's a new one.
That is a new one. Oh my gosh.
We got to do a segment with restaurants, with chefs.
Yes.
And then travel.
We need, and I know they've done it before, and I won't want to judge because unless it's guacamole and skinny margarita, but we should do our own like Iron Chef, and we get to pick them. Wouldn't that be so fun?
Put me as a judge.
Oh my God, he's going to be too critical on everybody. You can't know anybody.
Very
Yeah, I know. So tell me, what's going to happen? I mean, you won tons of awards, sales awards. You've been part of major organizations, Counteract. You've been Secretary of Tourism, Director of Tourism. You've won top. And it doesn't just happen, by the way, to be top producer, top selling agent, to win our Engel and Völkers Snell Real Estate Awards, let alone Engel and Völkers Awards for all of the Americas. What do you see in your life in the next 5 years? How do you see it growing? How do you see yourself traveling? What do you think? Are you going to reveal your secrets?
No, well, it's not a secret. It's honestly about keep doing what I really like, and it's all the things you just say. Keep traveling, keep visiting, keep creating great moments and experiences for those who come to you or those who you serve. And but I don't see myself, trying to do something different or a different career or anything like that. It's about keep doing it because I know things happen.
They do.
Little by little, and not just for casualty, but it does, not casually, but it does happen.
Do you remember in the beginning, it was not that easy?
Not easy.
But then once it hit for you,
you remember how much I sold the first year? Huh? I do. It was one transaction for $580,000. One. That's it. It took me a year.
But do you remember once it actually hit? Then it was like this waterfall, and it's almost so much. Of course, we can keep up. But it's just an ongoing,
mm-hmm.
And it continues. Correct. I mean, we and you are on fire.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, it's not like I'm looking to do something else, but I know that eventually, and one of these days, one of those big sales that we've been working around, and
they're going to hit.
They're going to hit one of them.
Well, do you remember the very special boutique hotel that was here for many years? You were the one that sold it. I mean, that was a historic hotel. It's Marbella Suites.
Yeah. And that changed. I believe that
was a kickoff.
That sale was that transaction turned the price point of most of the land along the corridor in Los Cabos.
Oceanfront, small boutique hotel that's been there for 1 million years.
When none of the new big hotels
were
built. So yeah, that was a great turning point.
It was a huge turning point. It was a big milestone. You've had major milestones.
That and then the big Pedregal one.
That was big.
That was a big one. And that was also by casualty, something really unique, the way that someone calls you up and say, hey, can you assist with this? I have a VIP client. I remember you being director of tourism. He wants to know more about Cabo. He wants to tour. He was not set to buy.
This is the phone call.
That was just a simple phone call.
This is the phone call. I know you were the director.
Sorry. The nationality of that client, when the guy called me, it's like, this is a VIP client, blah, 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 nationality. Blah. Well, I arrived 7 minutes after that phone call to the lobby of the hotel with the agent of the nationality of that client. And they were
speaking the language.
They were like, what the hell? How come this could be possible?
That's service.
And that's service, and that's something that really, another turning point on a few things. And yes, we
but
really hit a big...
your creativity to number one, service that quickly, to also the willingness to share.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you had the thought to bring in that additional agent who knew how to speak that additional language.
And it's just creating more. It's about
it was major.
Being comfortable and feel. I mean, the couple speak perfect English.
Oh no, they speak.
But still,
it was a touch.
It was a touch.
It was a detail. It was respect.
Really appreciated that. So yeah.
And it turned into a great success. It's a relationship that continues with all of us.
Correct.
But like a real friendship. Don't you think that's fun?
And you receive emails and you receive, how he promotes this and that. And, and he's always talking to you. This is great. It's a great experience. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we've met some really, really, really amazing people. I'm excited for our next year's. I almost, it's like, I feel like we're on this rocket ship and I'm telling everybody, get on, hang on.
Or
exactly. Or you're going to be the blaster that gets blown away because we are literally on this major trajectory.
I agree.
And honestly, it's really, a lot of it has been because of you. And I just really, really thank you for everything you've done.
No, I appreciate you guys the opportunity for this.
It's been a crazy ride. And I feel it's been 10 years, but I feel like we're just on our next chapter, our next big chapter.
Yeah.
There's so many great things going on.
I agree.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I don't know if you know, because you know we never tell anybody anything. Okay. That in every Mod Pod, we do a little fun experience. So I like to put you on the spot. And so now we're going to play a little fun game, if you will. And it's about you being strategic, precise, intelligent. And let's see how you put all of those characteristics to your best use. Shall we?
Okay, that's it.
Let's do it. Hold on, let me suck it in. All right. So, you don't know. No. On every Mod Pod, we always have a fun experience. Right. We talked a lot about your career, about precision, strategy, perseverance. So, for all the glory, and you know I am highly competitive.
Yes, you are.
With my roots, yes. We are going to, and don't cheat, because I'm told that each one of these glasses are worth some amount of points. So which ones are worth the most?
So the ones in front
are worth?
Have the V's, and then you have the J's, and each has different points. I see.
Okay. Oh, this is 300.
Well, but so you don't need to be. I mean,
no, but strategy. Okay, this is worth 150.
100, 150.
This is worth 2. Oh, this is what it is.
Oh, I see.
Okay, 150, blah, 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 and then this row. Okay.
So in the middle.
So.
We're competing?
Yes. So it feels a little bit like college and beer pong.
So whomever loses?
Whomever loses, and you have to take the whole shot. What is it?
Don't point at me. You're going to lose.
I'm highly competitive. Oh, my God. Okay.
All right.
We'll know who gets the most, and we count at the end. I think you have to bounce here and get it in. 1 minute. Okay? For all the glory, and to announce to the entire team from Engel and Völkers Snell Real Estate and Ocean Blue.
And more shares.
And more. Okay, let's count down. Ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my God. You've been training.
Oh my God.
You've been training.
Oh my God. We only have 1 minute. Oh my God.
There you go. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm beating you. The double.
Oh my God.
The double balls on one. It's a cancellation.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And it's my dream to have Mark Anthony in the background. We got to have him on the podcast. I've seen him in concert. Have you ever? Why did you get that in? Wait. Have you ever seen him in concert? Oh my God, I'm running out. Oh my God. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
You're out? Good.
Okay. 8, 7,
6, 5, 4. Get your glass because you're losing.
Okay. Get your glass. Get your glass. Wait. So this is. Wait. They're worth different points.
Oh, I see.
So this is
I got
worth
10 balls in. You got 9 balls in.
Dang.
I'm just saying.
Okay, let's just count.
Let's count.
Where's Lulu? They counted.
Yeah, we need a counter. We need a fiscal.
I will count mine for sure. So that's 2, 4, 6. I won't cheat. What are these? 100? 1, 2, 3, 450, 450, 450, 5, 6, 8. Are you counting yours or mine?
8, 10, 50.
Oh my God, are we getting this on camera that I'm having a hard time counting?
15.
2.
I have 1,750 points. How many you get? Get your glass.
Wait a minute. I have 100,
I got a lot of
200, 300, 400, 500, 6, 7.
All of these are
6,
250,
7.
250.
Just wait. 6, 7 plus 3 is 1,000.
Yes.
Plus 300.
Right. 1,300. And I have 1,650.
Do you really?
Cheers. Yes.
Dang it.
You can bring the cup.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you going to drink it? Salud. In.
Kanpai.
Yes.
Japanese.
In kanpai?
Kanpai.
Kanpai. And to be a part of the team, you'll help me with a little shot.
Sure.
You did win. Felicidades.
Gracias.
Okay, here we go.
Salud.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Holy cow.
Yes.
Thank heavens we are sponsored by transportation companies. Here we go. That was precision strategy, and sometimes it takes a little bit of luck.
There's a lot. Yes, there's a lot.
Thank you so much for being a part of Mod Pod, a part of the team, a part of the family, for being a great friend, and to continued success.
Gracias.
Salud. Salud.
Thank you, guys. Gracias.
Thanks for listening to Mod Pod with Fukunaga. Follow the episodes on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and many more.